the Bible presents a very straightforward timeline on this. We have all of the prophets in the Old Testament, and the Bible presents it very simply. I'm probably not going to present it very simply. So keep in mind, read the word if you want it better than what Dave's going to try to say right now. But he started creation looking forward to unending, unhindered fellowship with his very good creation. Do you remember what he said when he was all done, when he rested? Creation is very good. He loves his creation, and he's committed to being with his creation forever. With humans forever, on this earth forever. It's not part of the sermon this morning, but again and again throughout Scripture, God promises and made a covenant with Abraham that Abraham would dwell in the land forever. And then subsequently, Israel would dwell in the land forever. We don't need to try to find out, what does the land mean? What does the land symbolize? The land is that spot in the Middle East. That is the land. And in other scriptures, like even this Isaiah 11, that the whole earth would be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. The whole earth is his very good creation, and he wants to be with creation. But sin came onto the scene. And right from the very first sin, in Genesis 3, the third chapter of the Bible, we have the first prophecy that sin would not always be part of the human story. We have there when God is talking to the serpent. He says, "You will bruise his heel, but he will crush your head." The serpent would be crushed by the seed of the woman. And when God talked to Abraham, he said that through his seed, all of the nations would be blessed. So we got a little bit more of a picture of what it would be like. And then in the covenant with David, we know what line it's going to come through. So when God was talking first and said that the serpent's head would be crushed by the seed, okay, that's very broad. We didn't know exactly who that would be. There was the expectation. Every child that was born from the beginning on for that first season, if you read about it in Genesis, they were expecting that son would be the one that would crush the head of the serpent. They had no idea that long ago that we would still be under the curse. They thought it was, okay, great, you've made us suffer for a few hundred years. Now this is the one that will crush the head of the serpent and will restore relationship. But on it went through David that we know now what line that serpent crusher would come through, the line that the Messiah would come through. And then the prophecy that we read about in Luke, now we know his name. His name is Jesus. And then he endured the cross, despising the shame. And now, because of that, he is exalted, and he's the one that's been given the name above every name. And he is the one that will fulfill all that was spoken, all the way from Genesis, all the way through. And the prophets in the Old Testament are looking forward to the day of the Lord, looking forward to that day when the Messiah would return and raise the righteous and crush the wicked. In the New Testament, they're looking forward to the age to come. They're looking forward to the day of the Lord, which would transition the earth into the age to come. And so it's even though I didn't do a good job right now explaining it, it's a very straightforward timeline that the curse is not always going to be on the earth, that God has appointed a nation to bring in the righteousness and the justice. It's through the nation of Israel. And the Messiah's name, this Jewish man, his name is Jesus, and he will make all of this happen. He is right now at his Father's right hand, awaiting the day that he can return and make all things new.